Tutorial 4, let's see what happens. Here is our tutorial 4, and we are beginning. All right, let's see what is going on here. So they're talking about limits. So now let me just tell you before we start. We've done limits, a lot of stuff in limits, and I'll make a video at the end where I just put the whole thing at the, you see just below this, when as part of your preparation for test 2, I guess. Now what I want you to know is that we've talked about limits where we were resolving them. There was something that we were able to change about those limits. Okay, so it's like we had a problem, and then we were something which we were able to change, and we changed that thing. Now we are having a limit where we are unable to change. That is from number from G going down, or we can have a limit like A to F where we are X is going towards infinity. So this from A to F where X goes towards infinity, we call it limit at infinity because we are approaching infinity. Okay, so we are saying this is going to be, let me just open like this. So okay, so we are saying that these ones where you are approaching infinity, okay, once you see them, they all are solved in the same way. Okay, these are limits at infinity. Then we have the limits that we have from G going down to L. These are infinite limits, which are in limits that give us an answer of infinity. Okay, we'll be having the denominator go to 0, but there'll be nothing we can do to change it. Okay, so when it's like that, we'll be having our infinite limits. So anyway, we'll see them when we're solving. Let's start with limits at infinity, which is when you see an infinity symbol here. Remember, you see an infinity, we are approaching some form of infinity. So now let's do the solutions. We start with A, where we have the limit as x approaches infinity of 6 over x. So the question will be, how do we solve this? So the thing you must know is that infinity, this symbol here, it's a symbol, it's not a number. Infinity is not a number. There's no number called infinity. Okay, it's just a symbol for a number which is really big. Okay, so now the thing of it is, whenever we are approaching infinity, we can't put this symbol into the fraction. We can't put it in here. No. We can't do that because it's not a number. So we can't put it in a fraction, but we evaluate it whilst it's outside. Now, what you always do when you're evaluating is, the first thing you do before you evaluate anything, the first thing you do is you divide everything in the top and in the bottom, every single thing. You divide it by the highest x that you have, or the highest variable you have in the denominator. So here I have, what is the highest power? What is the degree in the denominator? What's the highest power of x I have? It's x to the 1, this x. So I'm going to divide everything in the denominator and in the numerator by that x to the power of 1, okay? Because it's the highest. So its limit as x goes to infinity of the top now becomes 6 over x. O divided by the bottom becomes an x over x, which now becomes the limit as x goes to infinity of 6 over x divided by x over x is just 1. And this now just becomes, we evaluate it now when it's like this, okay? What is the limit as x goes to infinity of 6 over x? So it's like we are saying, what is 6 divided by a very, very big number? 6 divided by a very, very big, it's like, let's say 6 divided by 10 is what? Is 0.6. What about 6 divided by 100? It's going to be 0.06. What about 6 divided by 1000? It's going to be 0.006. What about 6 divided by 10,000? Okay, this is going to be 0.0006. So you see, it's getting smaller and smaller as you divide it by a bigger number, It's getting smaller and smaller, and it's going towards 0.00000, just a 0. So that is what we say. It's like we are saying, as x becomes very, very big, this 6 over a whatever is going towards 0. So it just becomes 0. So this here, we can replace it by a 0 and say this is going to be a 0 over. What is the limit as x approaches infinity of 1? Limit of a number is just a number, so it'll be 1. And what is 0 over 1? It's 0. And this is going to be your solution for the first one. The solution is going to be 0. And we now go to part B, which is another one, which is another limit at infinity. I'll do it in the next question. Goodbye. In the next video, goodbye for now.